Hi, everybody. This is Carrie at Wooing Nature. Welcome to Midline November. Yes, this is much better. I don't know. I wasn't feeling the energy in the space that I was in before, so I had to come up out the studio and come into the office. Apparently, this must be just where I'm supposed to be today. Okay. I can live with that. I'm not going to be, running my mouth. If the spirit say get up and move, I get up and move. That's the way we have to do. This is for my earth sign people. Hi, earth signs and earth people. Because it just depends on how you see things. Sometimes people, they don't get down with the zodiac and the astrology. Sometimes they like to, they taking a different path, but they still understand about things in nature and how to connect in nature and that kind of thing. So if you are a Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus, or if you are an earthy person, you're a grounded person, you're a member of the turtle clan. If you are, let's see, what else? How else can I put this? If you're an earth, or you know that about yourself, you feel connected to the earth, and this is the line for you. Earth people are grounded, they are practical, they are always going to take something to the bottom line. Whenever somebody needs something, they come to an earth sign 9 times out of 10. If that, not that, it'll be water. But that's another line. If you want to check out the water line, the fire line, or the air line, you can check that one out too. So I have one for everybody on this sequence, platform, whatever you want to call it. All right, so I am reading from Primordial. Let me get all the pieces of Primordial. Hold on. Okay, so I am reading from Primordial Tarot. This is by Sergio Tappi. That's the artist in this deck. If you want to see the flip through, then check out my art of the deck because I feature certain ones, and this is a really important one. So if you like this deck, or if you're into decks, you can check out the art of the deck. Same channel, just, you know what I'm saying. So that's what I'm reading from today. Thank you, spirits, for guiding me because I didn't know I was coming here. I do feel like I need to shore up my back, so I'm going to pause it for one more second and then we'll get right to it. All right, lovelies, let's get started. So this is just information for this time period. It's information for this time period for Earth people specifically because we can think of ourselves as individuals, but sometimes you need to connect with your people. You need to connect with those people who understand you and who get you, and who you don't have to explain everything to. You can say one or two words, and then those people can pick it up and keep it going and say, I know exactly what you're talking about. You need that around you right now. Earth sign people, because you all have been holding it down. You all are the ones that keep everybody else grounded. And you have to remember, we've gone through a very serious emotional cycle, not only emotional, physical, because we were dealing with a physical disease. We're dealing with fear, lots of anxiety, lots of, I don't know where I am, and that's on behalf of all the people of planet Earth. And so, grounded people, Earth people, you all are holding it. You all are like the rocks. You're up there bearing all of that energy on your shoulders. And so, what you have to remember is that you have to take your breaks and you have to take your time out because no one person can shoulder all of that. That's just not going to happen. Okay? Not one person can shoulder all of that. So if you are in a situation where you have been shouldering, it's time to take a break. And I know sometimes, depending on your situation, your responsibilities, your obligations, I'm gonna put a star. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a star, an asterisk beside the word obligations. Matter of fact, I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget to talk about it later. Obligations. Okay, earth sign people and earth people, you all are very famous for taking on obligations because you're responsibility oriented. So you just feel like that's what you just gravitate toward it. While there are other people that get to skip the line and do whatever they, be frivolous and flu while you're holding it down. Well, those are the people that you're getting ready to go to when it's time for you to take your break and say, okay, tag, you're it for about 3 months, or I'm going to need a break for about a week and a half, and I'm going to need you to be on point now, and you're going to have to be very direct, and you're going to have to be very clear about that. It's about your health and well-being, Earth people. It's about your health and well-being. Okay, so now I'm also seeing here an inner child trying to make it out of a thicket, trying to make it out of a situation. It could be a family situation because this is the child of blood. So this could be a family situation that you're dealing with, but there's an inner child there, or there's a child within you, or it could be a child in the situation who's got all of this going on that they're trying to either think their way out of or move their way out of. I'm also getting this card is associated with the spirit, but I'm seeing that there is, again, somebody underneath the water. You may have been feeling like you're drowning, but you're not. But I know what that is. It's the pressure. It's the extra pressure that you don't even know you've been wearing because you've been thinking that everybody else has been wearing it too, and they haven't. You were under the impression, oh, everybody's going through this right here. No, not everybody's going through what you're going through, and you're not going through what everybody else is going through, correct? All right, so this right here is a pressure cooker, looks like to me. Looks like a little pressure cooker going on, and what you earth people need to do is find the pressure valve. Pressure valve, breathing exercises, breathing, lots of meditation as well. I know everybody don't want to hear about meditation, but you need to do it. Float tanks, fun times if you can get it in. I know that, we're getting ready for the winter season and trying to prepare ourselves and be vigilant about our health. But another part of health is being able to release pressure, because that can cause, will cause other problems to happen in your physical body. Earth sign people, you have to take care of your physical body, but you also have to take care of your emotional body as well. It's both. And it comes from these obligations. I'm going to get to it in a minute. That's okay. All right, what else do you have for my earth people? I'm feeling like this is what I'm feeling. The energy I'm feeling is like, talk slow, move slow, don't be in a rush, relax, take a load off. Like, this is how I'm feeling right now. Like I want to barely talk. So I just need you to pay attention to that, because sometimes we're going and we forget. Now, let me tell you, this is a classic example of when you're doing too much and you're going too much and you're not taking care of yourself. Have you ever had a bump or a bruise or a scrape or scratch and you're like, how in the world did I get that? You didn't even know you were cut. You didn't even know you were bruised. You didn't hit yourself on something and you bypassed that. That's a classic example of when you know that you are not paying attention to your body, to your physical self, taking care of your physical needs. This is a sign of neglect on your part. All right, and then we have a male spirit here. This is a male person. Looks very happy, somebody happy. This is not about relationships, though. This is about, you as an earth person on earth. It's not about that. So it is about the masculine. It is about asserting yourself, is what this is for me. It's about asserting yourself and asserting yourself in a positive way, asserting yourself in a way that it's not about being aggressive. That's not what I mean. When I say asserting yourself, it's like taking the best of yourself and putting it out forward in front of everyone. That's asserting yourself. It's appreciating the best of who you are and making sure that everyone else does that too, right? And it's not about being mean, and it's not about you know building a wall. It's not about that at all. It's just putting the best of who you are out front and not allowing anybody to step over it or to diminish it or to negate it in any way. That's asserting yourself. If you have an opinion, you state your opinion. You're not fearful of what people might think if I say what I want to say. That's not what that is. So this is about assertion in a positive way. And what it's going to take is this homework, good time in November, to think about that. I will leave some information about that on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram if I can. Please remember that. I'm going to write that down for myself to do. But to do some exercises throughout the month to deal with your inner voice. So we need some inner voice exercises for you guys. Inner voice exercises and inner child exercises. So these are some things that you'll want to pay attention to, because I'll tell you honestly, if there is a wounded child, if there is a wounded child within you, it's going to stop you from being able to assert yourself. And if you feel like you cannot speak, or that you cannot voice how you feel, either you feel apprehensive about it, or you feel that your thoughts or that your feelings are not valid or valued, then this will create this kind of energy. But look at this person up here. It's almost like, for me, what I see in this card is this person has to come out. And when this person comes out, the frivolity. Look at this little guy with the drum, and he looks like he's skipping down the road. And so then that's what's going to make you a happier person. And when you're a happier person, asserting yourself positively and not aggressively is really what ends up happening, because you don't have to prove yourself to anybody, and you don't have to tell you don't have to prove yourself to anybody. You're just being yourself at all times. And then when somebody says something to you, you know how people do. They try to slide you one, or they try to throw little darts at you or whatever like that. I already know who I am. I am Teflon. So wherever you is you will need room for your darts. You see what I'm saying? So you are asserting yourself, but you're not being aggressive. You're not being aggressive. Oh no, we're not going to do that right there, because it makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. So we're not going to do that. That's asserting yourself. That's being yourself in a space without, fear of any repercussion. Because what repercussion could you possibly be worried about at this point? People say whatever the hell they want, from what I can see. So, there we go. All right, so this looks like some grounding for you again. So this is the building part of it. Okay, so this is where the building comes in. This is when you're actually going to start to see the fruit of your labor. And the fruit of your labor is a foundation for something else to be built upon. And that's so very valuable. That's so very valuable and so very earth. So whatever it is that you are pushing toward, and it doesn't matter what it is. I don't care if it's a new business. I don't care if it's a concept. I don't care if it's a different lifestyle that you want to choose for yourself, a different relationship, or building on the same. I've already got this foundation for this situation, or for yourself even. This is my new foundation. These are my new rules. This is what I value, and that's it. And anything else that comes outside of that, it doesn't have anything to do with me. Wherever that sits with you, that building part, you're going to start to see what it really is, because I think that you all are going to be surprised, because you're going to think that, some of you think that you were building a little teepee, and come to find out it was a mansion. Okay? Some of you thought you weren't going to get anything built, and all of a sudden, boom, wow, look what happened. So you have to be open to the possibilities. You have to be open to the possibilities. And being open to the possibilities happens when you allow yourself to be inwardly free. Earth people. I see the work you've done. I see the work you've done. I see how hard it's been. It's like you've been out there working in the sun with no shade for umpteen years, and you ain't know how you were going to get this together, because it didn't make no sense, and you didn't know you were going to have the money, if you were going to have the people, if you were going to lose your mind, if all of that. But it's really it's your earth. It's your connection to the earth. It's you being connected and rooted to the earth that gives you that strength to do that kind of thing. And it's no small thing. Whatever it is that you're doing, it's not a small thing. You know, because you've been going through it. You've been like, Lord, I thought I wasn't gonna make it, and then you made it. You and the Creator. The Creator heard you. In your deepest hour, the Creator heard you. You thought you was in there crying by yourself in the dark, and didn't nobody know you was crying. Yes, somebody did know you was crying. And they heard your cry. All you had to do was be patient, which you're good at being, Earth people. All right, we have 4 cards to come out. I'm going to do them one at a time. So we see some freedom here, some frivolity, some opening up. I'm seeing this happening for certain people in their territory. So this could be in relationship to who you consider to be your tribe, or who you consider to be your family, and that's of blood or of kin. It doesn't matter. But it's like being able to almost be an example of that for the other people that are around you. So there's a lot of freedom that I'm seeing here. And then whenever I see this card, this is like the heart of the elders, the heart of the ancient keepers of the earth, and they're listening, and they're seeing, and they're hearing you, and they're noticing you, and they're sending you their energy. They're sending you their energy. There's a birth happening for some of you, or a rebirth. This is the rebirthing of this child. For some of you. And for some of you, this may be a time of birthing, period. Some people might be going through an actual giving birth, like they are actually getting ready to have a baby. And for some of you, you are giving birth to again, whatever this is that you have been working toward, or whatever you've been building toward. And so once it comes, it's going to need your care. So this is the part, the travailing in birth, before the birth happens. But the last card up is this stone and this tree. Remember, we talked about being rooted, being grounded. The stone represents grounding to me. The tree represents deep roots, having deep roots, and being able to branch and to spread and to grow. To me, this is this. And the birthing process it's real. It's real, Earth people. The birthing process is real. And we all are going through it at different times in our lives. And You know, it's the power of it is in what is born from what's deep, deep down inside of you, what gets born from that seed, because it was born in you. Nobody can take away something that God put in you. It just can't happen. And so, sometimes when we're going through life's processes, it makes us forget, just like in the process of birth. You forget. And the forgetting is, it serves its purpose. What purpose we may never know, but it has its purpose. But when you are reborn, then you are repurposed, and you are repurposed from, you don't change who you are. This root goes deep, so you're not changing who you are, but there's a transformation. There is new life, there's a new gift, there's new love, there's new experience, there's life anew. So you're not alone. There's some good tips for you there in that reading, and just continue to do what you're doing. Oh, I haven't forgot about obligations. Just because the reading is over doesn't mean I forgot about the obligations. Let me say something about obligations. Be very mindful about them. There are things that are your responsibility, and there are things that are obligations. Watch your obligations and where that comes from, because sometimes we feel obliged to do something, but we're not really doing it out of the goodness of our heart. We feel like that's what we're supposed to do. So before you figure out what you're supposed to do, you need to go into meditation and prayer. You need to ask your Creator, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What am I here to do? And let the Creator speak to you through those quiet, still moments, the still, small voice. That's what you're waiting for. Not the clutter in your mind, everything, all the different things, and you worrying. That's not it. It's a still, small voice. So that's why the meditation, the quiet, the breathing, it brings you to a place where you can truly hear. And that's what you want to do. Because if you're hearing, if you're centered, if you're focused, if you pray, you ask, then you will receive. Ain't nobody down here more special than the other person. God loves all of us. So just ask for what you want in the quietness of your heart. Ask for your heart's closest desire, and wait for it to show up and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Just free yourself, earth people. And but watch those obligations, because we're good at getting into that, and some of that stuff can lean right on into codependency and everything else, and then and then you really are tired and worn out, and then you start having those issues and health problems and things like that. So stay away from the obligations. All right. All right. So earth people, tune in to the channel. We'll be back at you for your December zodiac reading, so you can catch up with that. If you need your own reading, or if you want to take a deeper dive into some of the subject matter that we talked about here, you know how to reach me. I will be at the information in the description box below. As always, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you're having a fabulous life.